Cook County, Georgia was founded in 1918 and was the 153rd county formed in Georgia. Comprised of the cities of Adel, Cecil, Lenox, and Sparks, Cook County holds a population of 17,000. Cook County, a primarily agricultural community, is at the heart of a rising southeast hub. The Cook County community boasts a strong education system, many recreation opportunities, affordable cost of living, and progressive leaders who work together to ensure Cook County thrives well into the future. Like many small towns, citizens of Cook County take pride in their sense of community spirit. Cook Medical Center has been an integral part of the Cook County community since 1949. The current facilities offers acute inpatient services, primary and convenient care, long-term care at Cook Senior Living Center, geriatric psychiatric care, as well as many other ancillary services. While many hospitals are struggling to keep the lights on, few are thinking of expansion, and even fewer have plans for a new facility, especially in rural communities. The future of Cook Medical Center has been a topic of discussion for several years, and for a while, many residents wondered if the hospital would remain open. After much collaboration and dedication, the exact opposite was true.
If you have no hospital, you have no community. That was one thing I've advocated the entire time. I mean, to have a community, there are set definitions that you need that comprise that, and one of those is healthcare. If you have no healthcare, you have no community.
My world kind of always revolves around economic development. And what I see important about a hospital as it relates to economic development, that whenever a prospective industry is looking at your community or someone's looking to relocate in Cook County and in this area, they're going to look at your education, they're going to look at your downtown, and they're going to look at your health care as well as a lot of other factors. But if you take the health care out of the equation and you don't have that when a prospect is looking at you, then that puts you lower on the list than anyone surrounding us that does have superior healthcare facilities.
So I grew up in Cook County. I lived here my entire life. I was able to graduate from Cook High School in 1993, and I graduated from Ultra Technical College in radiology in 1996 and started my healthcare career as an imaging technician at Memorial Hospital Baydale in 1996. So in 2010, I was hired as the Chief Executive Officer at Cook Medical Center, which was formerly known as Memorial Hospital Baydale and owned by Sunlink Health Systems. In 2012, Tiff Regional Medical Center purchased Memorial Hospital Baydale for $8.5 million, and we felt like that was the perfect opportunity to restart the planning process and bring our new hospital authority of Tiff County up to speed, and our new CEO of the health system, Mr. Bill Richardson. The board studied it for about a year and hired a chief operating officer at that time, and his name was Mr. Chris Dorman. The board was not completely sold that this was the best opportunity for us to move forward together, but they wanted to learn more. And so as I shared our vision, Chris felt like this was a great opportunity for Cook Medical Center, and he supported it day one 100%, which for me really meant a lot. That he came in, he studied it, and he did not hesitate to give approval.
As the mayor, it was my duty to make sure that we had the best health care that we could possibly afford. You've got to see the economic value of having the hospital in your town. So regardless of the fact that if it costs city money or county money to run make the hospital work, it's an investment from us to Tiff Regional for us to have a hospital. And you can't put a price tag on emotionally what pride you have when you have a hospital.
We felt like the best way to move forward was to include a community stakeholders group that was a cross-section of folks that were movers and shakers, that had long-term planning in the forefront of their brains and was committed to seeing Adel and Cook County be progressive. we started meeting about every 2 weeks, and we started real slow, just talking about the struggles of the hospital, the age of the plant, and we really didn't realize behind the walls how old and how aged the building had become. And so it was at that point that I think the board switched gears with the support of Mr. Richardson and Mr. Dorman to move forward with the project. So in March of 2017, we had received commitment from the City of Adel in the form of a $2 million commitment over 30 years. And we were meeting with the county and the community stakeholders group, and we're asking the chairman of the county commissioners if he felt like a $5 million spend would, over 30 years, would be something the county could commit to. And he was very unsure and needed to go back to the county commissioners and bring them up to speed and see how likely they would support a hospital project in Adel and Cook County. And with the recent struggles with their operating budgets and revenues for the county, they felt like that they needed more information. They needed to really do their due diligence, because they had to make sure that if they committed taxpayers' dollars to a hospital project, that not only was that the right move, but that that hospital project would be successful.
I'm a commissioner in District 5. This is my 4th year as a commissioner. I've been a chairman 1 year because we rotate. I tried to gather as much information as I could, the pros and cons. Went on a fact-finding tour. You know, you've got a lot of information from both sides, but I encouraged my other 4 commissioners, let's look at the facts and the information we could get and make our decision from that, because there was a lot of pressure from both sides. But you just had to look at the facts, and that's the way I made my decision.
March of 2017, the county commissioners invited Cook Medical Center to present their case for the $5 million commitment, and wanted to poll by members of the audience if the community was behind the hospital and very supportive, or if they felt like the community wouldn't support it and they would vote down the hospital project. So it was Chase that came up with the idea that maybe a robocall informing the community that the county was getting together at a county commissioners meeting Monday night at 6:30, and if you feel like a replacement new hospital with state-of-the-art equipment is something you feel like our community needs, then you need to show up and be heard. And if you want to be heard, everyone will be allowed testimony.
One of the pleasant surprises that I saw was how not only the elected officials and the community leaders came together, but that the community got involved and they made their voice heard. We even had some community members that came to the county commission meeting and said, if necessary, raise my property taxes, but I want a hospital facility in my community. And so the community was behind this endeavor. Of course, there are always some people that aren't behind it, but the majority of the community was behind it because they saw the importance of a hospital.
After the March 2017 meeting, I knew that we had about 100% of the community support, and that meant a great deal to me. When I left, I can remember that I was feeling so blessed and just felt like I was at the right place at the right time, and that means a lot to me personally and professionally. The city reconvened in a city council meeting 2 weeks later, and they voted unanimously to support the project to the total of $4 million. And the Economic Development Commission and the Adel Industrial Development Authority agreed to purchase the land and donate it to the hospital authority for them to build the replacement facility.
It was a partnership between everyone that made this happen for our community, and it's a long process. It didn't happen overnight. Before we actually came down to the nuts and bolts of it, we met for 27 months thereabout. I can't remember the exact time frame, but it was around 27 months. And now sitting here, we're almost a year to the day from when we signed the agreements to move forward. We acquired the property for the hospital replacement facility. We had to put 3 pieces of property together and also relocate. The Forestry Commission was on that piece of property by the interstate, so we had to relocate that as well. Community hospital is a quality of life issue. You know, we have doctors here, our local health care. It's a you know, the jobs that the hospital provides to our local community. There are 300 plus employees, and they're one of the largest employers in the county. So, you know, without your healthcare quality of life and then the economic impact of those jobs, you know, is substantial to a community.
Almost a year to the date of the Cook County Commissioners' vote of approval, we hosted a groundbreaking ceremony out at the site, and we had about 250 community members come out and celebrate the groundbreaking. Everyone was so excited, and just the emotion and the energy that was there that day, I'll never forget it.
I always knew that a replacement facility for Cook Medical Center made sense. It was the right thing to do for the community, the county, the city of Adel. But it wasn't until I participated in the groundbreaking event that I really knew the community was fully committed to this. The outpouring of support, the overwhelming participation, the number of people who showed up to show their support for this new facility in Cook County reaffirmed the fact that we made the right decision. We made the right choice to build a replacement facility in Cook County. I truly believe that the success of this project came from the fact that these people who gave so freely of their time, members of the Economic Development Commission, the Chamber, the County Commission, the City Council, they worked day and night tirelessly to ensure the success of this project. We owe the success of this project to the people who gave so freely of their time. Without them, this project would not have been a success. We would not be building a replacement facility today.
The turnout that day, I think, was more than what anyone could anticipate. You had representatives from all the municipalities in town, you had business communities, you just had people off the street that come and heard about it. I think the sense of excitement that day, to know that I'd actually come to fruition some 2 or 3 years later, was somewhat flabbergasting, I think, by everyone there, including myself, that we got to this point. You know, I joked that day when Michael Purvis had first told me he was going to build a new hospital in Cook County. I told him he was crazy. I never thought he could do it, and it come to fruition.
I think as the CEO, I'm most excited as a community member of my entire life that we are finally building a gem of a hospital that will have a continuum of care that we can serve patients for many years to come. And this hospital will be special in that no one thought that it was possible. And it took a team, a very dedicated, driven, results-oriented team that was not scared, that had the courage to take the next step forward so that we could have a progressive community that we could economically develop, and we could be that shining star of a private-public partnership. And I'm just thankful to the Cook County stakeholders, Mr. Chris Dorman, Mr. Jimmy Allen, Mr. Brent Dixon, the Mayor Buddy Duke, Chairman Dwight Purvis, and my advisory chairman, Chase Daughtry. Thank you.
The replacement facility for Cook Medical Center is slated to open in late summer of 2019. The facility will be a 120,000 square foot structure which will offer the same services as the current facility, including acute inpatient care, medical imaging, laboratory services, rehabilitation, endoscopy, a sleep center, geriatric psychiatric care at the Sylvia Barr Center, and skilled nursing care at Cook Senior Living. The new facility will have 20 hospital beds and 95 nursing home beds, and will offer an outpatient surgery suite with potential surgical specialties including gastroenterology, general surgery, vascular surgery, orthopedics, and podiatry. In addition to the new facility, a 10,000 square foot medical office building is also being constructed to include primary and convenient care services. The new Cook Medical Center will be a modern and innovative rural health care center. It will set an advanced standard not only for our region, but for our state and for the entire country. The replacement facility will be a channel in which local residents can receive comprehensive, compassionate care and wide-ranging assistance and services. We are Cook Medical Center, and we are Cook County.